utilize the chat or raise hand function if you want to address the board. Participants will remain on mute until they have been addressed by the board, and participants are required to display their first and last names. All that said, by tradition, we will start with a roll call of present members. I am Brian Barabee.
Paul Brandwold.
Laurie Stevenson.
Sam Bosley.
Sue Mitra.
All right. First up this evening, the Bolton Conservation Commission will now continue the public hearing under Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Bolton Bylaw, Chapter 233, to consider the notice of intent filed for 89 Spectacle Hill Road. As an update on this, I knew there were some initial questions about the project. They were looking at possibly changing it, and they had asked to continue. They've asked to continue again until our next meeting, and I would see no reason why we wouldn't. Any comments, questions from members of the commission? Anybody from the public here tonight to comment on this particular hearing? Seeing none. And Lauren, remind me, is 7 o'clock our first opening on the 18th?
Yep, 7 o'clock is open.
Okay. In that case, I'd like to make a motion that we continue the public hearing for the notice of intent for 89 Spectacle Hill Road until our next public meeting, Tuesday, March 18th at 7 o'clock p.m. Do I hear a second for continuing?
Second.
All right. All those in favor, starting with Paul.
Aye.
Lori.
Aye.
Sam.
Aye.
Sue.
Aye.
And Lauren, I'm an aye as well. Okay. Next up on our agenda, we had the request for the certificate of compliance for 38 Long Hill Road, and we were kind of waiting to see if things had established. There's still we still haven't had the opportunity to get out there. Still, things are still frozen over, haven't cleared. So we're going to table that for this evening and take no action on it, as we haven't had a chance to go out and do the site visit yet, or Rebecca hasn't had a chance to go out and do a site visit yet. Excuse me. Next on our agenda, we had a vote to memorialize an administrative enforcement order for 63 Green Road. And Lauren, feel free to jump in here if I'm totally wrong with some of this, but just for some of our newer members, Rebecca is authorized to give emergency certifications. Sometimes things happen. There needs to be an immediate decision. We can't all get together. So she's authorized to do that. And then those will come before the commission as a filing. She also has the authorization to put in an administrative enforcement order, basically saying somebody needs to come into compliance with something. Sometimes that's done instead of an emergency certification, in that it's almost an easier way to do it. It's an appropriate way to do it. That's almost easier for the applicant, easier to close the entire loop. And in this case, for this one, it was was it a well that failed?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right. So basically, they had a failed well. It needed to be replaced right away. Rather than doing like an emergency certification, then making a file, basically it's an enforcement order saying, oh, you're out of compliance because your well isn't working. You have to fix your well. There's no fine associated with it. There's nothing like that. Basically, it's just telling them, oh, you have to make the repairs that they were planning to make anyways. And in this case, they're basically redrilling a well, exact same footprint, exact same location, replacing everything to what it was before they had to re-drill the well. So oftentimes when she does an administrative enforcement order like that, it then would come before the commission just for us to memorialize it, to say, yes, we were in agreement with it and it was the appropriate way to go. And that's what we're looking to do here tonight. So I am more than comfortable memorializing this particular one and saying, yep, it was fine, voting in favor of it. But I went through that whole thing just for some of our newer members, just so you kind of understand what it is. I'm not sure if you have any questions on this particular one or the process, or if I've explained it well enough that people are relatively comfortable. Okay. And again, if people have questions, I was going to say, Sam, if you have a question or
Question? No, you did it a very good job explaining exactly what we're looking at, and I thought it made a lot of sense. So thank you for the explanation in the background.
oh, good. Okay. And I was going to say, we can always, if we ever want more, like Rebecca can explain it very far better than I can. And when she's at one of our future meetings, I might have her just kind of go through it too, because it's probably good for me to hear as well. Because I think I got it right, Lauren, but I may have been off on some of those. Okay. So all of that said, I'm going to call for a roll call vote for the commission to vote to memorialize the administrative enforcement order issued for 63 Green Road. All those in favor, please say aye, starting with Paul.
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
and Lauren, I'm an aye as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. There were no updates on the other enforcement orders. Let me try this again. Regarding our minutes from the February 18th, 2025 meeting, did commission members have a chance to look through those? If so, any edits, corrections, or changes? If not, does anybody require any more time or want more time to look through the minutes? And seeing no edits, changes, I'm going to make a motion that we approve the minutes for our February 18th, 2025 meeting as drafted and submitted at this evening's meeting. Do I hear a second for minute approval?
Second.
All those in favor, starting with Paul?
Abstain. I wasn't there.
That's right. Lori?
Aye.
Sam?
Abstain. I also wasn't there.
Sue?
Aye.
And Lauren, I'm an aye as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Next on our agenda, we had a possible vote to authorize the Conservation Department coordinated events related to World Water Day, Earth Day, and Arbor Day. I'm just reading this right off of Rebecca's notes here. Commission to consider a vote to authorize related outreach events coordinated by the Conservation Agent and Conservation Department pertaining to World Water Day, Earth Day, and Arbor Day. These events may include, but not be limited to, reading and STEM activities, guided trail walks, self-guided trail walks, invasive species cleanups, trailhead cleanups, plantings, etc. It is basically what it is written out as. Throughout the year, Rebecca, and it says Conservation Department, which might mean you, Lauren, will have activities centered around these days. I know Rebecca's done story walks before. She's coordinated with the library in the past. I see no reason why we wouldn't have her to continue to do these type of activities, but it is open for discussion. Generally speaking, I guess these are things we've done in the past. I think Rebecca's done an excellent job with them. More than comfortable to continue the practice, but happy to hear anybody's views on it. All right. Any members of the public here tonight to comment on this particular discussion point? Seeing none. Okay. In that case, I'm going to call a roll call vote to authorize the Conservation Department coordinated events related to World Water Day, Earth Day, and Arbor Day in 2025. All those in favor, please say aye, starting with Paul.
Aye.
Lori?
Aye.
Sam?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
And Lauren, I'm an aye as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. regarding our Forest Legacy program, it is still on hold. There are still questions surrounding the federal funding. We're hoping to get answers. We just don't have them yet, so that's currently kind of on hold. As far as our trail stewardship and authorized projects, many are moving along, but particularly there's been a lot of movement at Rattlesnake. And Lauren, I was wondering if you would be willing to give us an update on that?
Sure. Yeah, last week, Rebecca and I met up with the Trails Committee and we went out to the Rattlesnake Trail area and we started doing a training session with the Trails Committee to just show them the best way to remark all of the trails. So the goal is to remark specific sections of the trails and have it color and shape coordinated, just to make it much easier access to navigate the trails, because I know a lot of people have gotten lost in the past in that area. It's very big property. So the Trails Committee, they're continuing to work, going out in groups of 2 on different trails, and they're trying to finish that up by, I believe, May of this year.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
As far as opportunities go, our volunteer land steward position is still available, and we do still have 1 seat available on the Conservation Commission. If anyone is interested that happens to be watching this, that is honestly all I had for tonight's agenda. Lauren, did I miss anything or anything new pop up?
Let me just take a look. I don't have anything else. I think we covered it all.
I think we did. Any commission members have any new business or anything else they'd like to discuss this evening? Seeing none.
Oh, actually,
Wow.
one thing I did want to bring up, Brian, we had discussed
Please,
this.
Lauren. Yeah.
Just so everyone is aware, I'm trying to think of what it's called. The
Yeah,
remote
the
meeting,
ongoing-
the remote meeting law, it could potentially be coming to an end. And so we're still waiting by, I think, the end of next month. That's what it's supposed to expire. So we may need to go back to in-person meetings. I know that there is a bill in place where they're trying to make it so either hybrid is available or another extension of the remote meetings. But so it's still up in the air. So I just wanted to make everyone aware of that.
No, thank you. That's a good warning, Lauren. Yeah, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly, the last time it was up for renewal, we had 1 in-person meeting. It just when our meeting fell, they were set to renew the law in like 2 days. So we had to meet back in person for 1 night and then went back to remote. So hopefully that will get settled. But yeah, it is good just to warn anybody and any members of the public who might be watching this later on, because I'm sure thousands do. Just to let you know, like, yeah, we might be going to in-person meetings in a month. Yeah, as you see things start popping up on agendas. Right now, we don't have to worry about it, but in whatever April and May agendas, we might. So just something to consider. But I'm hoping it will be taken care of. I think everybody is a fan of the remote meetings. I know I am. So we shall see.
I just checked. It's the end of this month.
Oh, the end
Yes.
of this.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, that's right. March. Yeah. I'm thinking we're still in February. We're not.
Yeah, so we
Thank
might only
you.
have the 1 more meeting, the 18th meeting, and then we'll have to look for April and May. But again, I'm hopeful. I think everybody's a fan of it. I think it makes life so much easier for so many people.
Mhm.
But that does not mean that it won't be taken away. We shall see. All right. Any other comments, questions, discussion points this evening?
Lauren, is there any chance that you and I could connect on that at some point? Because I actually leave the country on the 23rd. So
Okay.
I might not know what's going on because
Sure.
I will be on my honeymoon.
Oh, congratulations. I hope
Thank
you're
you,
going
thank
somewhere
you.
fun.
We are going on a cruise through the Panama Canal. So
Oh,
we are
that's excellent.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
we're really excited. But I will not really be like on my phone a lot, but I will definitely need to be cued into some of this virtual versus in-person stuff,
Sure.
given what I do the rest of my time that I'm not on Conservation Commission. Because that world has gotten a little chaotic, as you I'm
Sure.
sure.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Why don't you just shoot me an email and
Perfect.
we can keep in touch?
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Enjoy your honeymoon, Sam. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Okay. Any other new business? Anybody else going someplace cool? All right. All right. In that case, I am going to make a motion that we hereby adjourn the Tuesday, March 4th, 2025 meeting of the Bolton Conservation Commission. Do I hear a second for adjourning?
Second.
All those in favor, starting with Paul,
Aye.
Lori,
Aye.
Sam,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
and Lauren. I'm an aye as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. Talk to you soon enough.
All right.
Have a good
Thanks.
night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Recording stopped.